A key component of any interview process is a set of behavioral questions. These questions help the interviewer assess you as a candidate and how you will fit into the grand scheme of things. There is no right or wrong answer to these questions, but a good response is crucial to getting the job. As you do your research and compile your list, you will find that there are plenty of behavioral questions and other follow-up questions that combine some basic behavioral questions. Do you go about preparing answers to hundreds of questions? Even if you do, will you be able to remember the answers to all the questions? Above all, is that an effective strategy? While it may seem like a good idea to prepare answers to as many questions as you can, it may not be the most efficient way to prepare for an interview. Keep in mind that any behavioral question thrown at you during an interview is asking you to describe yourself and how you may be a good fit for the job. So all these answers in this context pertain to you, and you need to find answers that are applicable to you. Some questions may not be relevant to you directly, but you still need to find a context in which you have encountered such a situation. The best way to prepare for these behavioral questions is to prepare a list of incidents from your past experience that challenged you and brought out the best in you. If you are applying for your first job after college, you may not have any significant work-related incidents that you can include in an answer to a behavioral question. So in your case, it is a good idea to mention challenging projects that you may have undertaken while at school. Think of incidents that demonstrate your ability to work in groups, your leadership qualities, and your strength, personality, and character. Think of a few incidents and try to relate them to different behavioral questions. Now, if you are an experienced professional who is looking for a new job, it is likely that you have experienced challenging circumstances that tested your resolve and determination. Write down a paragraph or two about these incidents first, mentioning what you learned from these incidents or how you applied your knowledge and experience to overcome a challenging situation. Also mention how your ideas helped with the situation and the eventual outcome. Then look at the list of behavioral questions and see how the incidents that you have listed relate to these questions. You will be amazed how one incident can be used to answer several different questions. And you can relate the same incident to highlight different aspects of your strengths, knowledge, skills, and overall personality. For example, say you handled a project at work in which you had to lead a team and make tough decisions while handling a complex assignment with a set deadline. This project can serve as an example to demonstrate your leadership qualities, decision-making ability, and capability to meet deadlines effectively and efficiently. So now your task is greatly simplified. Instead of compiling a long list of behavioral questions and answering them one by one, all you have to do is write down a few noteworthy incidents from your experience and relate them to the different possible questions that you may be asked during an interview. During a single interview session, it is highly unlikely that you will be asked more than a handful of behavioral questions. Now, given the time constraints of an interview, you may not be able to mention all of your past experiences to the interviewer. Just make sure that you have answered the questions properly and narrated incidents in your past that substantiate your claim. For most jobs, you will have to face more than one interviewer in separate sessions, and some questions will be repeated. In such situations, you can mention incidents to the second or third interviewer that you have not mentioned to the first. This way, you can tell a lot about yourself. When a company makes a decision about hiring a candidate, the different interviewers generally compare their notes and then come to a conclusion. When you mention various incidents to different interviewers in your responses to behavioral questions, you give them a lot of information about you that will help them make a decision. Remember when preparing answers to possible behavioral questions that you do not have to make up stories. If you dig into your past, you will find plenty of incidents that can be used to substantiate your claim. Just devote some time to it. You may not have captured a criminal on the most wanted list, nor won a major contest, but you will still have accomplishments that are worth cherishing. Just think of situations that gave you a feeling of accomplishment. Often, simple accomplishments get a job done. So try not to set a benchmark that may make you look down on yourself. Take pride in your accomplishments, however insignificant they may seem, and use them to substantiate your claims as you go about preparing answers to behavioral interview questions. Good answers will help you justify your claim that you are the right candidate for the job. When you look back, you will notice that there are many small achievements in your past that made you really happy. It is time now to narrate these incidents to lay your claim to the job you desire.